Hey, so my name's Dan Gray, I'm from Ustwo Games, and I make a game called Monument Valley. So, Monument Valley is an isometric game. It's based around impossible geometry and the manipulation of the architecture you find yourself in. So this is a classic example of how this, we can look at this and we can see that it's not actually physically possible within this world. It's about, not trying to work out how you necessarily get from A to B in a usual physical and logical space. So you've got to try and think outside the box and try and basically return these artifacts to certain monuments, hence why the name's Monument Valley. So yeah, the game is, it's a premium game. We've set the price point around $4. We think that is sort of indicative of the quality of the experience as well. We very much sort of, before going into full production, we wanted to make something that was almost a showcase for our quality and what we wanted to do. We didn't want to make any compromises on any sort of design decisions based on that. So yeah. Also, when we decided to go in the sort of initial design of the game, we set ourselves some sort of keywords or phrases that we wanted to sort of constantly hit throughout development. And one of those was that every level we make had to be bespoke. Every single level we made had to be a piece of art that we could print out and we could hang on a wall. And the feedback we've had so far is that people feel the same. We've been asked to try and set up things like a merchandise store, do prints and such. So the response we've had so far has been really good. So you actually, you guide a silent princess called Ida, which is this white character on screen right now. It's really intuitive controls. We've got things like, clicking around to move. We use similar gestures that players are usually used to, swiping and rotating within the geometry, as you can see with this here. We've got 10 chapters in there, but they do vary in length. So a few of these, a few of the earlier ones are usually one main central art piece that you can get through relatively quickly. As you get further through, they're split into, sometimes 3, 4, 5 chunks, and obviously their difficulty increases past that point as well. So as you see, I'm just reaching the top of the monument here, and I'm placing the first artifact that I do in the game on the plinth. So with the audio as well, we really wanted to sort of hit a point with the audio in a similar style we did with the art, and that's try and make something that is bespoke every step of the way. So the music is different from a chapter by chapter basis as well. We do some cool stuff like this as well. So yeah, we put like a camera mode in here, picture taking. We can change the aspect ratio of these. We can zoom in on certain sections. So very much in the same way that we wanted to create a game that was about pieces of art, we also wanted to give people the ability to create their own pieces of art within the game as well. So say I can take this, I can share this out to my usual social networks that are in there. Okay. So I'm just going to skip to a later level, give you a little glimpse of what it's like as you get further through. Going back to the music itself, it's very much tied into the environment and the architecture that's there. When you interact with something, every monument itself is almost like an instrument. You're playing notes as you go through. So you can see here. So every step of the way we try and introduce new gameplay elements. Because on first inspection you would immediately just be thinking, okay, it's a game about perspective. It's a game about me rotating an object, trial and error, until I can just get from point A to B. So that's why I try to introduce sort of new gameplay elements like this extra character you meet for the first time. So we tried to go for something that is on a, is really surprising from a level by level basis. I mean, the art and the colours used in this are completely different to what we showed you first. So we integrate something with that kind of synergy we've been talking about between the art and the audio and the slight story elements is very much an experience that you will, we recommend people play through it with headphones. It's the type of thing you'll just get involved with. Let's put a bit on. think the thing we like to compare it to is every level is different. Every level is something that we're trying to make a statement with. Every level is almost like a piece of music on an album. You know, in terms of the quality and what we're trying to say on a chapter by chapter basis, I think that's a comparison that we've used quite a bit. It seems to be an apt one. One thing we've done extensively, which I think has really helped us out, is we've done a load of user testing. So it's not like we've just sat in our studio with the 8 of us that we have on our team and sort of kept it to ourselves and figured out what we would like. We actually used internal beta testing across the way, using people of all ages and backgrounds, as well as we set up a beta program before Christmas. I think originally we were trying to get 200 people or so, and we actually ended up with 9,000 applicants coming through the website. So I think that was the first time. It was kind of just like a project for us we were really close to, and we had absolutely no idea if other people would like it. We were just trying to make something that we were proud of. But I think that was kind of the first point before Christmas, and when we released the original teaser trailer, that we thought actually people might actually like this as much as we do. We're actually finished now, which is good. Nice to come to a show where you've got finished games to show off instead of one that's broken.
Okay, so is it submitted?
We're submitted, we're in, and we're going to be early April. Right. So that's going to be an iOS release at first. It'll be a universal app across iPad and iPhone, with an Android version scheduled for release later in that month.